Hello, everybody. Get off my lawn cards. I'm Dan. Welcome in. And today I took a road trip over to our state capital of Lansing, where the Avery Shoebox monthly show went on at the Lansing Mall. And still very healthy show, 300 plus tables, lots to see. I was kind of hoping to get my hands on some Tops basketball. My local Meijer, my local Walmart both didn't have it on release day, so I was a little bit bummed out. There was some to be seen, but not a lot, and some of the prices people wanted, not worth it. I saw a post a guy made this week about the number of copies of each card in the Tops basketball, and the guy said that according to his calculations, based on pack odds and all that stuff, that there's 1.2 million cards of each base card in the Tops basketball set. So if you're investing, you might want to stay away from base. I actually did buy a couple of Tops cards, not a lot, but I did get a couple decent deals, I think, on that stuff. I have to just kind of do a little research. I just kind of flying off the seat of my pants on that, and it wasn't that expensive where I had to worry about it. But I did buy a lot of stuff today. It was kind of a weird day today. I just bought a ton of stuff. I never have a list when I go to buy stuff. Number one, I'm not a set builder. If I bought if I was putting together sets, I would of course have lists then. But I never have a list. I always kind of keep my options open. And I happened to see a guy that was selling a lot of cards at half off. And if you can find those types of booths, tables that have those kind of deals, you can really get some really good stuff. And no exception here. I bought some really nice stuff that I'll show you. Wide variety of stuff: baseball, football, basketball, wrestling. Really kind of fun doing some digging today. So I'll show you just kind of the layout of the show. I didn't shoot a ton of footage. It's very hard to get good case footage at the Lansing Mall because it's so dark all the time. I really feel a little bit bad for the people that sell cards there because it's really hard to see in a lot of places. But I did shoot a little bit of footage, and then I'll show you what I bought.
If I would have saw that first, I would have spent my money on that. Mother's truck. That hurts.
I try to use multiple ones because I don't. You never know, right? Because they're all pulling from different things. Sometimes part of that is wrong, sometimes it's wrong.
Okay, cards that I bought today. Lots of good deals. And one particular dealer, like I said, that had cards 50% off and bought a ton of stuff from him. So first, a few cards of the recent crop of rookies. Tops basketball came out with a lot of fanfare this week. I did buy a VJ Edgecombe rookie for $3. I've had a lot of good luck selling VJ Edgecombes. I had 3 orange ice Prism draft picks that I paid $1 each for. Sold them all for over $10 a piece. Been a pretty good run. This Con Knipple comes from a Tops Chrome pack that I think come out of hobby boxes. These are $3 each. I think the Knipple was a good buy. I think the Edgecombe was a good buy. Like I said, though, base cards, 1.2 million of those floating around. So sometimes you can get if you put stuff out on eBay quick enough, you can make pretty good money on that kind of stuff. A guy that I've been watching, I've watched a lot of NBA basketball this week. I have the league pass. Plus, thanks to a buddy of mine, I have Prime password also. So I watched the Thursday night NFL games, and I also watched the NBA games that came out this week. And so I watched probably parts of 20 different games this week. And so I got to see this guy play, and I really liked what I saw. Keyshawn George. This is a select multicolor. I think it's a concourse level. It's a concourse level for a couple bucks. I think he had 34 points against the Mavericks last night, who are supposedly a good defensive team. Didn't show it against him. I also bought like a disco version. This is just a Donruss Raider rookie. Cam Ward, first Bowman. I have faith that Cam Ward's going to be good. It might not be this year. He plays on a really bad team who already fired their coach, but I think he's going to be good. These I bought from a guy for $2 a piece. I wasn't really planning on buying this, but the guy didn't have any change, so I was like, well, I'll buy this card to round it off. This is a Road to the Finals, Jimmy Butler. It is numbered to 999. I always like these cards. The higher you go in the playoffs, like when you get to the finals, for instance, the lower the numbers go. I always like those. Jimmy Butler's off to a good start. I did buy some Topps Prism Black rookies. That product recently came out, I think like $750 for a hobby box of it. So I like buying cheap cards out of expensive products like this. I bought 3 Steph Castle Prism Black rookies. I bought 5 Modest Bucelis Prism Black rookies. He had a good debut. I like Bucelis. Very athletic. Had a really good last month of the season last year. And then has played well early. It's another Keyshawn George. This is a Pulsar. Then I bought a bunch of cards off a guy for just kind of a variety of prices. For instance, this one cost me about $7. This is Steph Curry Prism Pulsar. Thought that was a little bit rich, but I don't know. It might sell. Curry's have sold for a lot recently. I sold a nice Team USA Red Wave PSA 10 for $100. Paid $50 for it, I think, this spring in Shipshawana. Just a really nice card. I almost have seller's remorse to let that card go, but I did double my money. So, Steph Castle, Green Laser rookie. I paid $5 for that. I think the rest of these cards I paid $1 each. Yeah. Steph Castle, Topps Chrome. Dalton Connect. Totally certified rookie. Rob Dillingham Green. Tumari Kamara multicolor rookie. Alex Sarr Monopoly Red Wave. Giannis Red Wave Monopoly. Steph Castle Monopoly rookie. There's a Steph Castle totally certified. And then a Ricochet Crunch Time Disco from Donruss. So, dollar cards, quite a few to be had. I did kind of keep an eye on the cases as well. Here's an example of a buy I made out of a case. This is Evan Mobley, 75th Anniversary Prism. These are not super rare, but they are somewhat rare. I paid $20 for this card. Actually, a guy I was buying the card from said, well, let me take a look at the comps. And, he looked at the comps, and the last one sold for like $21. And so the surface stuff you see is actually on the holder, or on the plastic, not on the holder itself. I really think Mobley's very good. Defensive Player of the Year last year. Plus just a very good overall player. I'm surprised his stuff hasn't gone up a whole lot. I thought that was a pretty good buy for $20. And I like him as a player. All right, a couple other tops debut. Paid $2 for Hugo Gonzalez. This is like a cracked ice version. Like I said, I'm not going to be wasting my time on a lot of base this year. I did buy a Young Hansen. This is kind of like a metallic. I don't know what the number or names of it are. It's 45th anniversary one. I paid $5 for this. I liked him in Summer League. I haven't really watched him. I watched the Blazers the other night against Anthony Edwards and Timberwolves. I didn't see he was out there. I just watched the fourth quarter. Anthony Edwards, terrific night that night. Ooh, really good. I think the rest of these I bought all from one dealer. I bought, for instance, Ron Holland, totally certified red. I really like what Ron Holland did game 1 against the Bulls. They lost that game, but I watched him in Summer League. I watched him the other night. Really good stuff. I only paid $1 for that card. These cards I paid half sticker. Okay, all these are half sticker. So, like, I don't know the version of this. I'm going to have to look it up. Supposedly, it's a case hit from Mosaic of Aaron Gordon. I'm going to have to do a little research on this. I'm a little bit rushed for time today. So, Aaron Gordon scored 50 points earlier this week, 10 3-point makes. If that is a case hit, that's a nice case hit. Might not be super valuable. That's the one thing about that one. I even bought some baseball today. I don't know what if something I ate this morning for breakfast or what. But I did buy a couple baseball. I bought a Colt Keith autograph for $5. Prism. Those is Prism draft picks. It's a nice autograph. Colt Keith. Then I bought a Zach McKinstry. This is a Mosaic. I don't think it's numbered. Mosaic autograph rookie. So, I did buy a Aiden Hutchinson Luminance rookie. This one is numbered to 249. Paid $5 for it. I sold one at a show that was numbered to 10. I think I sold it for $30. So Hutchinsons do sell. I thought for $5, that's pretty good. Here's another one that's supposedly a case hit. I am going to have to do some research on this. This is a Bryce Sensenbaugh rookie. He is a great shooter. He might be one of the best shooters in the NBA. Last year he was hurt. And for a rookie, I took a chance on this, whether it's case hit or not. Don't really know. I have to double check. $5 for a case hit rookie. It's not bad. It's not bad. Here's a... I really like this card. And Topps Chrome Baseball has put out like First Pitch, where they have like famous people. And I have the Jim Harbaugh one. First Pitch from 10 years ago. You know, $5. I don't know what it's worth. I thought it was cool. I just bought a lot of weird stuff today from this guy. Here's something that's not weird. Anthony Edwards rookie remembrance jersey, $5. Evan Mobley jersey card rookie, $5. I like these cards so much. These are cards I could probably flip pretty quickly. I was amazed to see these. This goes back to my childhood. The One Man Gang Leaf Wrestling autograph for $15 for the One Man Gang. He was a guy when you were a really little kid, he scared you. He was like a big motorcycle gang guy. And actually, I guess, from watching wrestling interviews, one of the nicest people in the business. Did not look that way. Another wrestling card I bought. This one I'm looking to flip. Lex Luger autograph, $15. If you know Lex Luger's story, really had some tragic things happen. A lot of it his fault. He's kind of reconciled from that. He's got a very interesting story. World champion at one time. I bought a bunch of Jersey Fusion cards. These are these cards that they put game use swatches on after the fact. And for the price, I couldn't resist. For instance, Dominique Wilkins for $10 or for $5. Here's a Karl Malone for $5. And then I got 2 Charles Barkleys for $5. I mean, game used jerseys. Not bad. Here's one other one too. This is game used Barkley. So this pile I paid $80 for. And I think it was, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 80, 90, 100, 10, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160. About 160. So yeah, about 80. Actually, it should have been a little less than 80, but I did buy that Ron Holland also. So, you know, the Barkleys I might put together in a lot on eBay, sell for $20 or something. But I just think the wrestling autographs sell well. A lot of wrestling fans. And for half price, really can't do much better than that. And so a pretty good haul today. I did buy a ton of cards, some fun stuff. Get to your local shows. You know, Lansing this weekend. Next weekend, there's one at the Lakes Mall in Norton Shores, which is right by Muskegon. I might go to that show. There's a very good Chinese restaurant right by it. So if the show's not good, the food will be. So contemplating that. So until next time, Titos, thank you. And we'll see you down the trail.